is blue. Okay, good evening. It's after 6 p.m. I will call this November 9th meeting of the Board of Selectmen to order. Please all stand and join me in saluting the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right.
November 19th, by the way.
What's it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's...
Typo.
Oh,
No,
how did I
what's...
do that?
Yeah.
23rd.
Let the record reflect today is November 19th.
Wait a minute. 23rd, sorry.
23rd. Today's the
23rd. Oh my God, I'm not even... Oh jeez. Are we sure? Let
Sorry
me...
about that. I know for a fact it's the 23rd today.
Was it 9 o'clock when you did the, like the 9?
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
2 days
An
before
old one.
Thanksgiving. How's that? All right, so we have no minutes to approve. We will approve the
Time is
warrant.
posted on the 19th, are we legal?
Yeah.
It was posted in time, yeah. Just the,
Yeah, if as long as it's posted 48 hours, I don't think that the date would be a killer of it, but. So I'll entertain a motion to approve payroll warrant number 11 for $369,049.71. General warrant number 1024 for $597,206.18. School warrant number 1023 for $26,076.23.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
I don't see any financial items. Old business, final approval for the NB Helps Parade. They got their signatures.
they changed the date back to Saturday. They changed it to Sunday,
Did they?
and then I guess they weren't gonna have enough volunteers, and then it turns out they did have enough volunteers, so.
But now that conflicts with the Spencer Parade, which is why they moved it originally, right?
I think that they wanted to get some of the people from the Spencer Parade to participate, but I think, if I remember correctly, they had more volunteers to work on Saturday than they did on Sunday. Plus, they didn't want to do it the night before, school starts, so.
Okay.
School, so.
All right, fair enough. It's their party, so.
They don't need permission from Spencer to do it. No, I'm just asking. It's fine.
In writing, notarized.
Yep, no, they should do a good job.
So, I'll entertain a motion to put the final approval on.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. Any discussion to be had on that? Anybody?
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so what else we got? Signing the original senior center repair stuff? Oh, so we already, I probably could have just signed these in the office, right? Because we already
Yeah,
approved
you already
it.
voted it.
Yeah, we don't need to re-vote it, right?
No.
It's just clerical. Now, am I dating it today because I signed it today, or am I dating it the date we voted on it?
I would do the date we voted, which was the 9th. Yeah, the 9th.
Alright. And procurement officer, oh, is that me too?
That's you.
You're the one they're gonna come after, so put your name right on
That's all right, I can handle that.
it. Do we know when that stuff's gonna start, or not till spring, or?
I don't know when it's
No.
gonna start.
They only passed the roof last year.
Are they ready to start? Is it just the construction stuff, or do they gotta do some kind of a,
No, they're ready to start. This is the final paperwork, I think, until they can give the official go-ahead to the company to start. I think they will try to start it.
The roof is the first thing, but they might not be able to get the roof in now. It's
Well, yeah, that's the
kinda
thing
chilly out.
with the weather.
Okay, now we got what, sign a recycling dividend program contract?
So we, get this every year, we score so many points for our recycling programs, and we're getting 4,200, so
Oh, okay.
this is.
Do we know what they're gonna spend that on? Cause it says in
No,
here
it-
that they have to keep track of what they spend it on.
I think it has to be spent on something related to recycling.
Correct. So I'm just, you said we got it last year, do we know if they've been keeping an eye on?
They have to do reporting, they have to submit it by February 15th, I think
Okay,
it said on there. I'm not sure if they've,
so they wouldn't have given us another one
right,
if they hadn't
yeah,
paid attention the first time?
Yeah.
around. Okay.
Yeah, and they audited, I think, they have a auditor that probably looks
Yeah.
at it.
Well, I read most of it, and it said that it has to be used for recycling purposes.
Right.
Mhm.
It's not like you can cut the grass with it or anything.
right, yeah.
Not that the grass doesn't need to be cut, but,
No, they probably put it towards like recycling contracts and stuff like that, you know, any costs incurred up at the recycling center, I think would be covered.
Yeah, I know it costs a lot to repair some of the recycling.
the totes and everything that
Yeah.
they do, the bottles and cans in, all that stuff.
Yeah, and sometimes the machines, they say if they run them in the cold weather,
Yeah,
they break down quicker, so.
yeah, hydraulics don't like cold.
So I'll entertain a motion to approve that contract.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. And we have a resignation from the playground committee. Bernie Lapierre submitted his resignation as of November 15th. Entertain a motion to accept the resignation.
I move to accept Bernie's resignation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we, have anybody that's interested in?
Not
Tina,
that I've heard.
Tina had mentioned something about it, but
Oh,
I
really?
don't know if she
Hmm.
have to be appointed.
She had to be appointed.
Yeah, she likes to get into the stuff and picking up
Yeah.
stuff and mowing.
I have her Irish rocks here. She asked me to bring rocks back
She
from
brought
Ireland.
her
so
some
I
rocks.
Brought her in a green container.
I gave her a cat last week, 2 weeks ago. Someone dropped 2 cats off at my house, 10 o'clock at night. First one I thought of was Tina because she has cats.
John doesn't like cats.
Mindy's allergic. I would've, they were cute as heck, but the little bitty one like this and then the mother. Tina's keeping the little one, and the mother went to a good home, as far as I know. So. But don't anybody drop your cats off at my house again. 10 o'clock at night, we were looking for good homes.
All right, next is what? Signing a quitclaim deed for the Donovan Road purchase. So we need to sign the acceptance of the deed, which they'll hold in escrow to the closing date when the Huckins sign over to us. So I'll entertain a motion to sign our acceptance.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
23rd. I have Greg Herring on the,
He's late again,
not here.
or not here again.
All right, so. All right, anything else before we go to public comment?
Nope.
Anything? Come on, Joe.
Well, do I get, or during public comment? No, that's, I'm good. The only thing I would ask is on the rail trail, people with horses are not picking up after their horse. And it may come down to the railroad committee, the railroad, company may shut the trail down to horses until they can learn to behave themselves, because there's at least 2 big piles of stuff right in the middle, and a couple of people rode their bikes through it, not seeing it underneath the leaves, and we don't need that.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
I kinda have I think if I talk to some horse people that I know and they get the word out, because it only takes one or two to ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
We don't wanna shut it down to horses, cause I know they enjoy it. I've talked to a lot of people riding, and, if one or two people are gonna ruin it for the rest, it's too bad,
Right,
so.
that's true. Yeah, I mean, if you know the horse is gonna do that, then you should go off to the side and go up on the banking or
I
something.
don't know
just
how
get
you
it
keep
out
track
the-
of a horse doing it, but I know Mindy and I walk the dog every day on a different section, just to, like, kinda keep an eye on the whole trail as much as I can. And, when Brody does his thing, we take care of it.
Yeah,
So, there's a lot of people that don't, I have moved others, but, just kinda police your animals if you can. Have some consideration for the other walkers and bikers.
all right. So, public comment? Anybody?
Yeah, on that vein too, just wanna mention that dogs are supposed to be on a leash on the trail. 'Cause I was walking and I was talking to a lady with her dog, and she said the dog was attacked by dogs that was on a leash. And John
That's
did
right.
put up stickers there that showed a dog on a leash.
Mm-hmm.
For people who don't get what that sign means, it means dogs are supposed to be leashed.
Yeah,
So,
Well, we have a leash law in town anyway, so
Yeah, we do.
violating
It's
it
violent.
twice,
Yeah,
kind of,
so-
you know.
yep,
I remember, and they do make bags for horses. You can't tell a horse when to go, but they do.
they do, yeah, I know they do. Yeah,
So-
but I mean, I had horses and I rode, and a lot of times you can tell, you know, they start arching their back and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
you can just get them
Yeah,
off to
but-
the side.
Yeah, usually comes pretty quick though.
It does,
Yeah, but still, you can, if the people are local, they
Right,
can bring their horse home and then take a walk,
right.
take care of the,
You can-
job,
There's
and,
a couple ways to take care of it. You can
there are.
Move it or,
yeah, go back and get it
Back.
after, yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's it, I mean,
you get
a
it.
couple of the women have said, well, we can't, once we get off the horse, we can't get back on. Well, okay, but when you get back to your house, if it's close, take a walk,
yeah.
good exercise, and take care of it, so we don't have to do it. One other thing, and you asked, so I'll do it. Brandon and I put some benches along the trail, on the way down. What do we make, 9? 8 or 9 benches, I forgot the total. Patrick Gustafson cut some lumber for us,
Yeah,
some
nice.
slabs and some rounds, and we, Brandon and I put together 9 benches. They're spaced kind of in the longer sections as you go down, but feel free to use them. They're nice rustic benches made out of pine, and pine slabs, and thank you, Brandon, for helping me. We spent 4.5 hours doing that, and Patrick Gustafson, thank you for, cutting the wood for us. So he's a great kid.
Mm.
He has a sawmill at his house,
Oh, nice,
so, yep.
all right. Yes, sir.
Status of Clear Path Solar's proposal for batteries and canopy solar at the school?
He's supposed to be here tonight.
He was supposed to be here tonight?
Yeah, he's on the agenda.
Yeah, he's on the agenda here, and
Oh, good.
Yep.
he's not here again, so
Oh, my.
we're,
Okay.
we're waiting for our,
Yes, introduction.
yeah, his plan, and let's hear what you're gonna
Did you
pitch.
see his proposals that he brought the last time?
Oh,
Did you
yeah.
get one?
Yeah.
I can let you look at this if you want. Oh, you got one? Okay. I mean, that, he was gonna go over that,
Yeah, exactly.
but he's gonna show up.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I'd have to call him again, so I didn't. But, you know, I can't be everybody's keeper, but if he wants to make the effort, we'd like to have him.
Yeah,
I think it would be beneficial for the town to have what is proposed there, to be
Yes.
done. There's no cutting of trees or anything, and it's parking lots and driveways.
yeah. Now, is that the battery thing up at Huck's? We were gonna
There's
look
the-
into some big battery
Yep,
storage.
down at Huck's near the, solar project, not the solar, the cell tower.
Yep,
And then we also looked over behind the salt shed, next to the sewer plant, 4 more units there, so that would be 2.
mm,
I forget what he called them, setups or whatever, but you get a substantial amount of money per setup when they
For the
put
ba-
it,
yeah.
for the
I went and
batteries.
toured, there's one in Sterling. 'cause Sterling has their own power company, the town has
Yep,
its own power
Sterling Power
company,
Light,
and they did a big battery, it's a big, looks like a truck container,
Mhm.
not on wheels, just on the ground. It's absolutely pristine on the inside, everything is like new, and there's no oil leakage or drainage or acid or anything like that you see from batteries, it's really nice.
Well, they do have on the solar project up there off of Elm Street,
Yeah, up on the Orchard, they've got,
which is,
what, they got, how many built, how many batteries set up, do they, I know they have at least 2, it might be 4 up there,
Oh,
up
do
on
they
the
really?
Orchard.
4 off the Ryan Road section.
Ryan Road, yeah,
And 2
Really?
at the
Oh, yeah,
Orchard section
yeah.
off Elm Street.
Oh, wow,
So we're already, so they're supplementing their
yeah,
panels with the battery
Yeah.
project.
oh,
well, the
nice.
batteries store the power that's not used during the day, and then they unleash it at night, these time clocks and
Yeah,
everything.
'cause I was talking to the guy at Sterling that runs the thing, and he said, they were able to reduce everybody's electric, per, how do they charge, per hour?
Kilowatt hour.
Kilowatt
Yeah.
hours, by a few cents, which translates into a lot of savings, I guess, for the
Yeah.
user, but,
Well, they were thinking of doing it, I think 3 right behind the police station here, battery units that would cover the police station plus, and we'd get the lease money for the land that they're taking.
Yeah.
And then up at the school, if you're going down on the right-hand side of the school, if you're going down to the ball field, there's a grassy area off to the right. It's not used for anything, it's just a grassy area, they proposed 4 battery setups there. And what that does is it pulls power from the grid during the day, and at night, you could feed your heating, all your stuff in the school off of that,
Yeah.
so you're not buying it from the grid,
yeah.
you know? And then the canopies up at the school, in the parking lots, it shows you
Yeah.
in that thing.
No, I like,
That-
because
that
we
would
tried
be
to do
nice.
that originally with the ones that were gonna go on to the,
Yep.
the transfer station
Yep.
dump area.
Yep.
Makes sense to just do canopies like that, and then feed them.
If you can, yeah, cause that would pay for, I would think, at least 2/3 of the school electricity up there, if you did the whole parking lot. I'm not sure exactly how many kilowatts it would put out, but, I mean, just the savings alone for the school would benefit the town, so.
Well, if he shows up, we'll hear his proposal, that'd be great.
on the, so, has anybody considered doing some up, near the water department in the footprint of the old reservoir?
We had that with, Symbiont was gonna go up there, but then it never, the ones we had 2 years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
It took Mr. Lynn so long to sign the paperwork that they ended up going
Right.
away. So,
but, I mean,
I didn't bring Greg up there, but I'm sure we could, and I don't know if the neighbors would complain, cause they have that buffer.
yeah, I mean, it's kinda sunken, so
Yeah,
I would think it
Yeah.
would be.
yeah, they
Plus-
could do, that's
Plus
probably,
on the neighbor side of the street still.
right, yeah, well, that's buffer, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We could talk to Peter Dupel, see if he would object, cause he would be the one to see it. But there again, you have to cut any trees down, it's a field, you know.
And that's battery storage, right? Is that what
No,
we're
up
talking?
there would be
Canopy?
panels probably,
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, whatever he would propose.
oh,
You know, there's 3-phase there, so you need the 3-phase, to feed out.
mhm.
But if Greg comes, well, I'll bring him up there too, cause that would be another setup, that we would get. I think he mentioned like 20 grand or something per, area.
Hmm.
So if we had 5 or 6, that's a lot of money to bring in for, you know, something like that. And it's, I don't think they're unsightly, but I haven't seen, like you said, that you went up to see that one.
Yeah, it's just,
Yeah, the
a
big white
container
containers,
box, yeah,
yeah.
it's painted,
They're climate controlled, air conditioning and heating, and they have the halon or fire prevention systems.
Yep.
They're monitored, so if something goes wrong, they shut down.
Yeah.
And they're supposed to call, fire and police and
yeah.
everything.
Well,
so-
each battery's monitored, so they can tell the output
Yep.
and what it's saving, if it overheats.
Yep.
Yeah, it was something else, I'll tell you, and it's not unsightly, you just keep the thing,
Well, you can
painted
screen
in-
them too.
Yeah.
You can put fencing around it and,
Mhm.
you know, just like the solar stuff that we've had, we can come up with something that, I'm sure Greg would go along with to screen them, you know.
Yeah,
if we
cause
had-
theirs is located right where all the overhead big transfer station thing is,
Yeah.
so it's it's just part of the.
It looks like a jungle gym
It's
to
no
begin
more-
with. so,
Yeah, it's no more unsightly
Yeah.
than all that stuff
Yeah.
around it, so. All right, well, if nobody else
Let
has
me
anything.
just see if he's,
We're gonna bring it up? No.
What?
One more topic?
Yep.
And it's extremely preliminary, but just to, at least to get the idea started to be discussed, and that is, in terms of the ownership of the townhouse, it needs significant millions of dollars to realize a complete project. It all has to be completed as one project, it can't be done in increments. And so would the board consider developing an RFP and seeing if there's either a private party or a nonprofit that could be established, that either exists or could be developed, to take ownership of it, that has the expertise to get this project going in our lifetime?
Yeah, I just talked to Jim Buzzell this past week. So Donnie Berthium, our state rep, got $55,000 in some of that, I don't know if it's ARPA money or federal money, that's coming to the town for the townhouse. So they got an infusion of $55,000. They've got a fundraiser person that they hired that's doing stuff. They have the Longview Farm is now involved, and they have a plan. They're just trying to ramp up. He thinks they'll have enough money to start the project within a year or two. He seems to think.
Yeah, might they have a completion date when we can get back to life, bring it back to life?
And I think under the terms of the agreement, when we did the repairs, we need permission of the Architectural Society or the Historical Society, and we can't do it piecemeal, we have to do it all. But I think, talking to some people, they think there's a workaround on that, that we can start to do things piecemeal if we get permission. But nobody's approached them for permission to do that, so I think maybe we'll try to do that, because they do have some interest in sections of it.
Well,
But it is.
We should have a clear idea of what it's gonna cost and how long it's gonna take. And if it's gonna continue for another 20 years, I don't think that's acceptable.
No, I agree.
so what would you do, sell it?
Sell it. Maybe, sell it.
You know,
Yeah,
the problem
lease it.
is getting a developer to take on such an expensive project. I mean, they do have the tax credits in place, like 1.9 million
Yep.
tax credits in place. They're getting ready to kick off the capital campaign very soon. There's been a lot of activity, you know, I would suggest you maybe, ask Jim to do a meeting for you guys so he can update you on where it's at, because there has been a lot of activity. It's just,
Yeah.
you
When
know,
was the last quotes for renovation? Like in '08 or something, or 2010, or?
Yeah, I don't know, I heard it was 4 million, we needed to raise 2, and then we get 2 in the tax credits that kicked in once we raised the 2.
yeah, I think it was somewhere north of around 5
But if that was
million.
10
But-
years ago, that's,
That was when the original plan to redo it for town offices was like 4-point-something million, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we're up to like seven or eight now.
Yeah, could
So
be.
I think it was like 5 million in addition to the tax credits, but.
We'll ask Jim to come in, we'll let you know, and then we can all,
Okay.
you could get an update, and he could tell you exactly where they stand and what they're doing. The problem that I see, and I'm not opposed to putting on RFP and see if there's interest in it, but it's on the National Historic Register, which means everything you do in there has to be historically accurate and approved by the Historic Commission, which adds a ton of money onto the restoration costs, so,
They control the interior as well as the exterior?
yeah.
Well, to some extent, I mean, a lot of that's been redone over the years anyway, so it wouldn't necessarily have to be put back to.
You have to use historically accurate materials, is what I was told. You know, you might touch base with is John Kuchar. He'd be able to give you a lot of historical background, because I think when I talked to Jim the last time, he had mentioned talking to John about what needed to be done, because he was involved in the project that put us in this position. So, he'll be able to give you a rundown of the document. Cause, that's what I need too. I need that contract. If you can find it in our file somewhere.
Contract for,
It's the document that we signed, I think Mary signed it, that obligates us to historically accurate stuff.
okay,
And that's the document that John cites, and Jim was thinking that there was a workaround in that document, and I told him I would look at it, and I forgot to ask for it, so.
Does
Oh,
that
right.
include the seventies wood paneling in the offices, or would that go?
Yeah, historically accurate to what period?
Seventies, eighties?
Yeah.
You use pine boards that are very old,
Yeah,
at least 100 years old.
yeah,
We go back to the asbestos, that's always good for
we
us.
could do that. Well, that's in the flooring there.
Okay, do we know what's happening with free cash? Do we have any idea?
Yeah, finance
Yeah.
committee,
We
do you mean how much we got?
Right.
Oh, yeah, it just got certified, I just got an email, they got certified.
334.
334 was,
334?
yeah.
That's a few dollars more than we expected. Not
Yeah.
much.
about 400,000 less than the previous year.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
So, and then you add that to school choice out money, and you add that to the money they stripped us of because we were hiding it. And we're in a pickle, so.
Yeah, we're in the, well, we should be okay. With that 334, we should be okay. From the last meeting we had, we should be okay.
Well, that's what the 3% cuts, that's what,
The
the
3%.
transfers and everything that we're doing?
We should be okay. We should be in the black
Yeah,
with the 3% cuts.
the only thing I don't like
Yeah.
is that at town meeting,
Yeah.
they stacked the meeting with all these school people, and they gave a ton of money that we told them we didn't have to the school budget,
Yeah, right.
which made us short.
Yep.
And now, we're going to balance this budget on the backs of all the other departments. So all the other departments are gonna take a hit
Well,
because of the money they took for the school.
Total hit is about 140,000. The 3% comes up to about 140,000. And if the last number I heard, we were like 80 in the black. And now, and that was with 300,000 on free cash. So we could be 100 plus in the black. And we may be able to give back some of that 3% that we asked for. We might.
Yeah,
We haven't met on that yet.
I wouldn't give it back yet till we do
No,
the
no.
Well,
final
we can't-
numbers.
yeah, we wouldn't
Final
We gotta have the
until,
final numbers, yeah.
Right.
yeah, that wouldn't come until May, when we're at the end and we're saying, okay.
Exactly, yeah.
But even then, if you don't give them back now,
Yep.
it comes back to us in the next free cash, so now,
Sure.
it'll be 500,000 in free cash, so it's a year delayed into getting some projects that you need, but it should come back around.
Yeah, yeah, no one should be killed with 3%. Apparently, we haven't killed anybody, everybody's okay,
Yeah,
they'd rather not, but.
And we
Well,
didn't
it's just
close
a-
the dump. We didn't close the dump,
No, we didn't,
so,
and they were looking for 20,000 on the contract, but, they could be down to below 10. They asked for 5 less, down to 15, and now we got $4,200 more dollars. They
on
may-
that new contract, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they may be getting pretty close to okay. The price of their recycle is going up, so by the end of the year, they may be okay.
yeah, but then look at all the fuel prices, so everybody's projected fuel, now we're gonna go through the winter and the fuel for the plow trucks is gonna go through the roof,
It is.
so,
He told me salt was $15 more a ton
yeah.
when they just started to buy it to stock up, and it's $15 a ton more for the salt. For the
Isn't
roads.
sand about 1/10 the price of salt?
I don't know.
It is, but,
Anyway,
yeah,
why are we using only salt? Why don't we mix it with sand? Stretch it out. I don't know why we
We
do it.
do use sand,
What?
do use sand, we use a lot of sand.
Not last year. It was all salt.
It was mostly salt, and salt actually does a better job on the roads.
Oh, it does. Yeah.
But when you use the sand, you also have to clean it up in the spring.
Yeah.
All the roads have to be swept. There's a give and take. with
I know,
everything,
they
you
get
know?
We bought them a new sweeper, they have two
Yeah.
sweepers, not
Yeah.
sweeping,
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that, we bought him a new
Yeah.
sweeper, he can't
Yeah.
complain.
No, I know, but I mean, that's
And he
one of the
wants it
reasons,
cheaper.
the
Yeah, of
cleanup in the
course.
summer, in the spring, you know?
But we can reduce the expense of the salt if we reduce the amount of salt and add some sand,
Yeah,
in my own thing.
yeah. No, I think, yeah, cause he did that last year, the year before, remember, he took
Yep.
all the sand money out and put it all into salt money and,
Absolutely, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
All right,
Well, I don't think Turtle Boy complained last year about the North Brookfield roads. Cause the year before and before that, we
Yeah,
were like,
the
we were like
laughing
number
stock.
2 on his hit
Yeah.
list.
Yep.
Whoever Turtle Boy is,
Whoever-
he'd drive through and he'd say, yep, North Brookfield wins it again. But,
Yeah.
last year, I think, and the year before, they did pretty decent, so.
all right, anything else?
Do you have to announce the town meeting, or?
Oh, that's right, yeah, town meeting, I was supposed to announce that. Good thing you reminded me. Special town meeting, Friday, December 3rd, 6:30 PM, and it will be held in the high school cafeteria. There's a conflict with something that's going on in the elementary school, so it will be in the high school cafeteria, December 3rd, 6:30 PM. I'm sure we're gonna put it on the electronic sign. Maybe I'll do a call so that
That would be good.
everybody knows, a couple days prior. All right, that's all we got on the list. Anything else? Going once? Going twice?
John?
Nope, I'm good. I said it before, so,
All right,
good to
so
go.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
A motion made second, all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.